Okay, so we're going to take a look at forehand cross-court development. Here is a forehand cross-court. This is an average, a very good average club player standard. Okay, so you saw the shot, and we worked a little bit with him, and this is now where he's at. So pretty cool, the difference. So what we've done, we've gone back foot where possible, and we've gone with a little bit of deception, and we're working on outcomes and everything as well. So we'll go through each of the shots and just let you know what can happen, how it happens, and what goes on. Okay, so we're looking for deception, and what happens is we're looking for an attack on the ball with a strong body, and we're looking for a no body turn or minimal body turn with full muscle control and target outcome and everything as well. Okay, so he's done exceptionally well. Like, I couldn't be more happy for the outcome of where he's at. So that's over like 2 video lessons with just going through and just changing 1 or 2 things. Okay, so the sidewall attack on that one, I just want you to understand what happens with outcomes. And so this is all about the outcomes. So the first bounce was there, and then the second bounce. So we hit sidewall, first bounce, second bounce. Now see the outcome of where the ball lands and where it goes. So if you go cross court off this, the ball is just too much out in the middle of the court, because this one from here to here and then up and then back here, it really gives the opportunity to go and attack, and for your opponent to then attack with width straight down here to then land it back down here. So you're in real trouble if you get that sort of width. So the shot wide, although you're clearing the volley, it's not where it's really at. So you don't want to just play that shot that sits out in the middle and just give some width on the sidewall without the ball dying in the back corner. So that was the first one. We'll have a look at another one. So we have a look here. Sorry, I'll go back a bit further. Here. Okay. So it's a strong prep, which is really good. Left hand balance, which is fantastic. Right foot comes back. Compact swing. Everything's pretty good. Taking the ball quite late, even though it's a cross court, which is quite handy. Not much shoulders, virtually no shoulders whatsoever, which is fantastic. And we go from there. And if we have a look at the outcome from here, this shot, it pitches sidewall deeper. So now we're getting slightly better. That's still slightly too high on the sidewall, because the ball hits the floor and then it goes up to the back wall, and it's still going just in an upward direction. You can tell because the ball still goes out. Now from there, I'll just put it on the floor there. Okay, that's about just a little bit over half a racket width length. So that means that your opponent has still got, and this is where the sidewall comes in, still got a fair bit of width to work with to be able to place the ball down here. So if you hit too high, what happens is the ball will then go really wide here. So you need to make sure that you keep and it'll also bounce high through here. So that's the other thing. So you've got to get, this one needs to be down here. So you need to keep your target area really low on the side wall if you're going to go cross court and hit the side wall on the full. Unless you lob cross court, of course, and then you're starting to hit up here. So you need to make sure that you understand completely about what your outcomes are. So you can have wonderful style and really good things happening, but you need to go and refine things to get the outcomes. So it's all about your outcomes more than anything. So if we have a look at another shot. So we come in, racket prep's really good, left hand's really good, stability's really good, fantastic. We've got a back foot approach, body structure's really good, and movement seems to be really quite good. Okay, we're going to transition into back movement now. Wrist comes through, not much turn of shoulders, fantastic. Everything is good. Coming out off the ball, back to the tee. Outcome of shot is floor. Okay, so the difference here, just watch what happens. Side wall and bang down towards the back wall. Ball comes out virtually nowhere. Right, so the difference with this, what the deception is going to do, I'll go through it and just show you again in a second, but we'll just talk about the outcome of the ball. Okay, so by coming across here, landing here, then up there, then over to here, and then it went downwards. So because it went up and then downwards towards the back wall, That's the answer, is that it really binds in the back corner, and it's very, very difficult to get behind. It's almost like a cut it off before the back wall, or boast will be your only option, and that's what we're looking for. So you can make this happen, you can make that right, but you've got to be able to clear the volley, and therein lies the problem. So you've got two options that'll happen. Number one is you need to make sure that your deception is that good. So back here, you need to make sure that your deception is that good that they can't read your body, and that you can then go and place the ball cross court, and they won't have time to get to the volley because they're trying to work out where the ball is. Okay, so that needs to happen there. So that deception is the one. Or number two, you need to hit it harder and faster, because that's the ball's actually coming. You notice where the ball's coming from. The ball's coming from up here. So the ball's coming from up here to down here. So it's quite a high hit to get it across there and get it down the back. But there's ways that we're going to look at to just improve that a little bit, and really get some action and some outcomes going on with what we do. All right, and so that, because it was so high, I would just continue the swing, the action. Okay, so it's come from such a high spot, and then it's hit the floor, and then up, and it's still going up slightly there, which is fine. But it's this one here. From here on, it must be going down towards the back wall. That's what tells me it's just such a good shot. Like seriously, seriously good. And it's a long way to go. Remember, anybody coming from the tee is going to go from here, and they're going to go back this way, and they're probably about there, which is level with the side wall, where they're going to attack the ball. So they'll come back here and they'll attack it level with the side wall. So it's going to be here, and that's the widest point they have to go. The furthest point they've got to go back. So movement for your opponent, it's really good as well. So the outcome becomes fantastic. So you need to understand what you're trying to achieve. It's one thing to go and hit magnificent cross courts, no shoulders and all the rest of it, but if the outcome's not good enough, it just doesn't work. And so you need to make sure that that works for you, and that everything is really in the right sort of outcome range. So you're hitting for outcomes, not for anything else. Okay, so we have a look at a top line player. Okay, so we go from here. We'll go in, it'll be a really low preparation. So a really low preparation. This is cutting off. He's really opened his stance, so his hips are really open. So instead of facing the side wall, which you can do, and it's really quite good depending on how deep the ball is. If the ball's out in the open, it's quite interesting, because if the ball is out here, then you can go with an open hips. But if the ball is back here, you've got to close your hips off and use the more disguised shot, which is like our club player did. So with an open hit, it's all about the step of movement, which is a sidewall open hips, and it just gives you the option to go down the wall and to do whatever you like anyway. So it's not a problem having a very, very open body on the center one. So if you're in the center of the court, you can have an open body. There's no problems whatsoever. So if you look, it's a wrist hit, it's a wrist hit, wrist hit, wrist hit, and it's hardly any swing at all of your arm, and it's hardly any turn of your body. So this is elite, elite, elite. So to work out where he can go from here, it really is a lot about trying to refine movements to get a really strong wrist, and to really get through the ball off a really sharp motion. And then this one is the one that hits the side wall on the full really low. And that's the one here that I haven't played it through. Never mind. So it's all about the action, and that will die in the back corner and be really tough. So it's wide on the side wall. It's really tough for his opponent. But if you watch his opponent, let's just watch what happens with his opponent when this happens, when his swing happens. Okay, we'll go from here. So watch his opponent. Watch the guy in the red. You see he struck the ball now. Watch his movements. He's still going, still going, still going, still going, still going, still going, pushing the foot out now because he's got to change momentum and change direction. You see, he still hasn't even turned and even got anywhere near the volley. So it could have been across to the floor with that action, and it would have been devastating. It would have just been a clear, easy winner, definitely. But the deep shot's fine. So it gives you room for error if you start to get more deception. So it's pretty phenomenal. Okay, so it's a sharp body attack off a rising ball. You need a strong foundation in your body. You need minimal arm swing. You need minimal body turn, a quick, strong wrist action, low power hit to the floor, if possible, if not really low on the sidewall. minimal follow through, and strong movement back to the tee as you hit. But there's one thing above all, you just got to understand it's all about the outcomes of your shot. So as long as you get the outcomes of your shot right, everything is really good. Use deception, use strength, use all those things for your advantage, and you'll just be amazed at how much you can knock people around. Remember, cross courts are awesome as long as you play them the right way.